The PSA conglomerate is busy electrifying all its mid-sized SUVs, so the Citroen C5 Aircross gets that tech too. Like its group stablemates, it can be recharged from a home wall box in under 2 hours, and it offers a decent full electric driving range, here WLTP certified at 34 miles. Like all C5 Aircross variants, this one majors on comfort, courtesy of the brand's progressive hydraulic cushion setup. Citroen may be rather late to this party, but at least it's trying to bring something new.
This electrified variant comes with a powerful and adaptable powertrain, which sees a PureTech 180 stop-and-start petrol engine and an 80 kilowatt electric motor, combining with a specially designed E88 automatic gearbox to offer up the equivalent of 225 horsepower. At the wheel you get 3 driving modes, with the one you'll be using most being the hybrid setting that chooses the best mix of electric and petrol propulsion to suit your driving style whilst optimizing efficiency. The alternative settings are either Sport, and that's where the car combines the power of the electric and petrol motors to offer livelier performance, and Electric, where the car uses only the battery-powered electric motor, resulting in an ultra-quiet and smooth drive with 0 exhaust emissions, and offers a WLTP range of up to 34 miles. There is also a mode that allows you to reserve charge for later in your journey. Otherwise, things are very much as they would be in any other C5 Aircross. This car's key differentiating point is the way it glides over bumps. That ability comes courtesy of the progressive hydraulic cushion suspension system. Now, this 2-stage setup features a couple of hydraulic stops on each side of the car, one for compression and the other for rebound. For major uneven ground impacts, the hydraulic stops work with the springs and shock absorbers to avoid jerky movements and unpleasant bouncing. Thicker, softer seat padding, that also embellishes the whole impression of comfort, and double-laminated front windows and engine bay soundproofing play their part in reducing cabin noise. There's very little to visually give away the fact that this variant is a hybrid, apart from hybrid badging on the front wings and on the tailgate. The brand's signature air bumps make an appearance just above the lower side sills, but they're toned down here. Time to take a seat inside. As with most modern Citroens, what you find here is a mixture of interesting design, a few cheaper plastics and some clever electronics. Oh, and these lovely seats, these are of the generously proportioned advanced comfort variety. The instrument binnacle is another cabin talking point. Conventional dials have been completely replaced by a standard 12.3-inch colour screen, which is fully configurable and customizable. Just about everything else you'll need to know can be found on this 8-inch centre dash capacitive touchscreen, which delivers everything you'd want. The usual DAB stereo, phone, navigational and smartphone mirroring functions, plus Wi-Fi, a connected apps package and various specific EV screens. At the rear, that lengthy wheelbase translates into a cabin that feels significantly larger than that of most models in this class. As in an ordinary C5 Aircross, you get what Citroen claims is the most modular rear bench arrangement in the segment. Few PHEV competitors can match the size of this C5 Aircross model's luggage space area either, the extent of which depends on the position of the sliding second row bench. The 460-litre capacity is 120 litres down on what you'll get in an ordinary C5 Aircross though, and that's thanks to the battery placement beneath the cargo area base. The combined petrol engine and electric motor produces CO2 of just 32 to 33 grams per kilometre and fuel efficiency of up to 168 miles per gallon on the combined cycle. Those are WLTP certified figures, of course. You'll need to fit a home charging 7 kilowatt wall box to make the most of this car. Now, Citroen partners with PodPoint to provide this, and customers will be eligible for a £500 government OLED grant towards installation. Once this is in place, you'll be able to recharge the car in under 2 hours. Insurance is Group 32E for the Flare and Group 33E for the Flare Plus. And company drivers will be tempted by the fact that this PHEV sits in a 10% benefit in kind taxation bracket. We're always happy to see a product that tries to bring something a little different to its market segment, and that's why we rather like this C5 Aircross in its more standard forms. If you can find the significant price premium which is necessary to get this plug-in hybrid version, then there's also plenty to like here too. The electrified stats are very class competitive amongst crossovers of this type, but you could argue that they'd be replicated by equivalent versions of the Peugeot 3008, the Vauxhall Grandland X and the DS7 Crossback, which feature the same engineering. The progressive hydraulic cushion setup of this Citroen, though, gives this particular SUV something a little different. You really can feel an improvement in the way that it eases over tarmac undulations. It's worth a test drive then, as a possible starting point to your electrified future.